Well, in the last video, we left off on page 119, and so today I want to pick it up on page 120. We've been talking about careers and college, and not everybody's going to go to college, and some of you may even one day start your own business. That's on page 120. I mean, some of you may have an entrepreneurial spirit, and let's realize that small businesses in America is really what make our economy run. And I think you're realizing today, if you're keeping up with the news, and maybe I'll find a couple of clips out there, maybe I can send your way. But one of the things that's hurting the economy right now is small businesses have pretty much closed up shop and sent their employees home, laid them off, or what have you. Because now, when you think about it, that's taken a real hit on the American economy because small business is really the engine of our economy. All right, so I just want you to keep that in mind. I mean, you hear about the big corporations like Walmart and so on, but that's just a small piece of the puzzle. I mean, it's big. Don't misunderstand me, but small business makes up a lot. So the bottom line is there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there. You may be one, and if that's what you're gifted at and what you want to do, that's not a bad idea. Now, also there's the military. Some people go in the military, serve 2 years, 4 years, and that's another way to pay for the military. And that's not a bad way to go for other reasons, not just monetarily. I mean, you get to serve the country. It's great for discipline. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to being in the military. So uh, I wouldn't look at it as just a free ride to college. It's more than that. I would want to do it before I did it. I wouldn't just do it just because that's going to pay for my education. But it is an option. A lot of people have served, and you probably know people who have served. Anyway, so that's another great option. Now, as we move on in the workbook, you've got the chapter summary. We've talked about the grants. We've talked about the scholarships. We talked about working, whether it's on campus or off campus. And then, of course, we've talked about loans and debt that we're trying to avoid because we don't want to pay all that interest. So here's what you do at this particular point. Now, you may not do it today, but this is a good exercise to go back to, especially if you get closer down the road. On page 123, you could fill this out now, and you may change your mind in the next year or two, depending on how much high school you have left. But write down, maybe what you'd like to do. Or, I mean, I've had people take the class, and they already knew they're going to be a hygienist or something. So, and that doesn't require a 4-year degree, but there's a lot of people already know what they're going to do. So then you can go down at the bottom of the page, check off what you need to do and how you're going to get there. And the bottom line is you want to get there, you want to pay for it, how much time it's going to take. And then the goal is to be able to start your career debt free. Now, as we move on to pages 124 and 25, there's a money in review. So I want to do right now, I'm just going to pause the video here because you may not, and I know you could still just keep going, and then we'll come back, and I'm just going to go through and kind of give the answers, assuming that maybe you've looked at it, try to do some of it on your own. So we'll do that right now. So we'll pause, and then we'll come back.